Yes, you're welcome to my show. My name is Kemi.
Hi, Kemi.
Nice to meet you. I thought I was
Nice to
gonna,
meet you.
the first time I see you, I was gonna be singing Titanium at the top of my voice, but I guess we're gonna have to do that some other time.
That's challenging too. That's quite a challenge.
I was gonna do a little karaoke. But yeah, you're welcome to my show. First of all, I want to say congratulations. 4.3 billion streams. That is crazy numbers, right? And that's not even like half of the remarkable achievements you've had during the year. So from somebody looking from the outside, it just seems really it seems like it's been a really rewarding year for you, to the Grammy nominations, number one out of like 101 DJs, second time in a row, all the awards that you've won. But how do you feel about it? I know you're not new to this, you're not new to wins, but how do you feel? What makes this all so special for you?
Well, it's great. It's been everything at the same time, like MTV, the DJ. I was elected best DJ of the year uh, with DJ Mag, with also 1001 track list. Uh, and also, I mean, it was a little bit of the Billboard Awards. It's been a lot. It, you know, I never get carried away because I've been doing this for a long time. So um, when I have a very big hit, and last year I had "I'm Good," which is probably the biggest record of my career, even bigger than Titanium or I Get a Feeling or Sexy Bitch or all those big records. Um, it brings more attention and more awards, but then the challenge is to stay there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like let's enjoy the wave and the ride of success, but I know it comes with the anxiety of not being able to maintain that success, because every time you reach the top you start to be afraid to fall. And it's the game. It's the game. So I'm trying to enjoy this moment as much as I can.
Yeah.
uh, and and of course I'm already looking at what's next. And um, this is why also I did something completely different with
Mhm.
Big FU, with Ayra Starr and Lil
Yes.
Durk.
Yes.
um, because I could just stay in the same lane of what made me win all those awards, and I took the decision to also show I can do something different.
Mhm. Now, speaking of this big FU record, it's a monumental collaboration. We love Ayra Starr. That's our naija girl, right?
Of course,
Can
of
you
course.
just share a little backstory on how this partnership came about? Why you decided to have Ayra Starr and Lil Durk on the same record, and of course the cultural elements that you aim to infuse into the track, because it's a different type of sound.
No, of course. I mean, you know, Afrobeat was becoming so huge, and I could see her growing, and it just happened that, every year I go for 2 months in LA, just to do songwriting.
Mhm.
And she happened to be there at the same time, honestly, by accident. And someone told me, would you like to do a session? And I was like, wow, amazing. Like, I thought something really fresh could come out of it, because she's so different. And we did 2 songs together. Um, by the way, the other one is also insane. Um, and I don't know, this one felt so special in terms of mixing the different influences. It's like a little bit of that Afrobeat vibe, but mixed
Yeah.
with music. It's also it's also it, let's say it has Afrobeat, it has original house music, like that Chicago house music that came
Mhm.
late 80s, and that was the beginning of such a huge movement. Um, and then of course her touch and my touch, and then adding Little Dirk, and bringing something urban into this. It's really the combo of Africa, of Europe, and of America, and I think
Mhm.
it's interesting.
Mhm. What would you say if I were to ask specifics? What are some specific qualities about Ayra Starr that you absolutely love about how she just comes across, and then her voice as well?
You know, like what's being when people speak about her in the industry, like, you know, people in the music industry, like LA people and London people, a lot of us, we see her a little bit as a new Rihanna, because she comes with her vibe that is very specific because of where she's coming from, but she has that potential of crossing over into different cultures. And I think this is the power. When you have something new to say, but at the same time you're more than just, you know, that originality, you know. And I see this in her. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. And I see since we recorded, she's having even more hits. It's crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And when I see, like, I'm French, and I was in Paris and everyone was talking about her.
Hmm.
I was shocked, you know, like, this is amazing. Like, an African artist that is, you know, killing it in Europe, killing it in the US. It's not every day. Last time I saw this was working with Akon.
Okay. And speaking of working with artists, you know, the Nigerian music scene is very vibrant. We've got a lot of talented artists doing their own things in different ways. Do you have a favorite Nigerian artist yet, or a particular collaboration or a song that isn't your song that you really, really like?
Honestly, I'm not enough of a specialist, you know, and she became quite visible, and this is how I got to notice.
Yeah.
And I knew more of Afrobeat because I was living in London for 10 years, and, you know, there was so much Afrobeat and Amapiano and a lot of African influences that I could hear in clubs, not necessarily on the radio, but in clubs. And that's how I got interested. And then I saw her, and like I said, you know, she felt like the artist that can cross over. 'Cause I'm not trying myself to become, you know, like specialize in that type of music.
Uh-huh.
But what I love is to find people that can bring that flavor into what I'm doing.
Hmm.
And but I would be open to work with anyone talented, of course. You know, I'm happy to get to know more.
Uh-huh.
It's true that I'm not pretending of being a specialist. You know, like,
Yes.
I'm not.
I like that. I mean, there are a lot of talented Nigerian artists, and I'm sure you will get to discover them as you go along. But you know, speaking of like your wide range of collaborations spanning different artists who do different genres, as an artist yourself who seamlessly navigates all of these genres, how do you approach blending the different styles of the features and then fusing it with your own?
Well, that's what I was telling you. Like, I'm never trying to do like what they do, because
Mhm.
then they don't need me, and some producers probably are going to do it better than me. but but to do something, you know, I believe as a producer that musically it's impossible to invent something completely new,
Mhm.
but the new styles, they're always coming from a combination of two styles that have never been combined together.
Mhm.
So, you know, the same way that when I worked at the time with Akon and we did Sexy Bitch, it was a combination of urban and dance, and that was so new. And the same way when we're doing this with, you know, and after doing this, there was like, you know, there was I Got a Feeling, and there was Memories, and all those records I made, and a lot of other artists embrace that style, and in the same way now I'm trying to mix those different influences with her, and if it works the way I think it's going to work, then it could almost become a new style, you know. And this is what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to imitate, and she brings the identity into what I'm doing and makes it sound different, and together we create something fresh. And then if the world embrace it, it's possible that maybe in 2 years this becomes a new style. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way music goes, and that's how music evolves.
Exactly.
I love the music video as well. I love how colorful it is. I love the guy with the grills on and the helmet. You know, I thought that that was super dope. What do you love the most about this music video?
I wasn't there, unfortunately.
Yeah, you weren't in it.
So I couldn't make it. But you know, I think they have dope presence, and this is what makes her a star. You know, because like it's this is there are so many different talents that are required for an artist. You know, and one of them cannot be really explained. Is like, you know, some people that are good writers, and you have amazing songwriters that they never make it as an artist because they don't have that presence, that charisma, and it's hard to know why. And why is she a star, and why, you know, her presence makes a video strong? I don't really know. I can't explain that. This is a star factor, and it's not something you can explain. And honestly, I think I'm a good producer. I think I'm a good DJ. I don't think I have this so much, and this is why I don't insist on being in videos. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, because I don't think I bring so much to a video, because, you know, my strength is that I'm good at making music.
Yeah.
But she has that magic. I can't explain you why.
All right. Well, I mean, I wish I could go on and on speaking to you, but I'm very clearly aware that you have back-to-back interviews. But I want to know this one thing, right? Before I let you go. I know that the pandemic, you know, it's 2020. It was a difficult time for everybody. There were no concerts, no parties. And you're the David. You know, this like music is what you do. How difficult was that for you? How did you manage to pull through? What were you getting up to?
Well, actually, it was very interesting for me because I came out of the pandemic stronger than before. And the reason is, even though there was no business for DJs, I still decided to keep making music for the fans. And I was making a style called Future Rave that we created at that time with my friend Morton. And I also did like big production, big shows in Miami, in Dubai, in Paris, in the Louvre, and we called it United at Home because people couldn't get out of their houses, and I wanted to keep entertaining them. And we also collected money to help people in need at that time. So I stayed busy during COVID.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, David, for hanging out with me on my show. Once again, I wish we had so much time to talk. I have so many questions I want to ask you about your producer videos. You know, you've been trying to give tips to upcoming producers as well. There's so many things I love to ask about, but maybe one day, sometime soon, we get to see and I can ask you that in person. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a fabulous day. I hope you get to do some other stuff outside media rounds. today and have a good day.